So we have a game. We got dialogue, funny characters saying funny things. Well, look who it is. Look, I'll make this quick. I need a favor from you. I need you to buy out Corey's entire pop rock stash. Can you do this for me? Makes sense. This is a game. You're supposed to participate and do things. Well, sure. Great. Not like you had a choice anyways. But the problem is, you can't really have the entire game just be a visual novel. I mean, you could, if that's what you're going for. But, in this household, we like a bit of interactivity. So, let's get to that. We have pretty much, I made a new tutorial game. Just because there was a lot of dialogue in the last one. You guys already know from the last video how to make a dialogue trees, choices, images. By the way, adding sound effects, those hellos, they're pretty easy. You just literally play a sound effect. You know, we went through all that. Now I'm gonna get through into the nitty gritty. Now that I know how to make clickable maps. It actually happened. It's real. I figured it out. See, the funny thing is, the first time I figured it out, it was plugins, pretty much. Loads and loads. Not loads, it's only like 2 plugins really for what I'm doing. But yeah, it's plugins. But the first one I did was with Yanfly's hitbox and clickable events plugins, which are paid. I did pay 10 buckaroonies for that. Don't regret it. Yanfly's plugins are absolutely amazing. They're a real life changer. But I figured, not everyone's gonna be wanting to spend money. So I tried to find some alternatives. And there was this one plugin that is TDP Mouse System EX. The original website that it was hosted on has gone defunct, but I did find the old manual, so I'll just link that in the description. And also the GitHub plugin, the GitHub code page. You just right click on it, save as, and it'll save it as a JavaScript file. So with that, let's get into the tutorial. Pretty much what we're going to be doing is, we're going to be setting up the camera system. You know, you got the camera system, you got the areas, you can click between you can click onto camera 1, it'll take you to camera 1, which may be a kitchen, and you have the choices of what you can do in the kitchen. It was pretty obvious to me that, you know, it's choices, and those choices have the branches, and then you have a label at the start, and once you finish a branch, it jumps you back to the label. But it was the clicking. It was the clickability that confused me, but now I figured it out. So, step 1. We're going to be wanting to make another map. And this time, we're going to be using parallaxes. This map is going to be where we store... we'll just keep background music we already have. This will be where we store our cameras and the events. We'll do A1, like parallax, the A1. So I just have these maps, and you actually have to edit the images. So green is areas that you can walk, that you are in right now. Gray is areas you can walk to, and red is inaccessible areas from the place you're on. So you know, here A3 isn't accessible, but if we're on A2, both of them are accessible. And here we are. So this is where we're going to be, and I'm going to create some keywords just for this video. There's so many phrases, and I'm going to be talking about these a lot. Camera events and area events. Or I guess, shit. But, okay. Well, usually in the Dayshift of Freddies games, these aren't areas, they're cameras. We'll just call them A. But yeah. These are camera events. So you click on this screen, and it'll take you to this screen where the areas will actually play out, because it's got that nice black background that's good for fade-ins and fade-outs. But how do we do that? Well, it's relatively simple. We create an event. God, I'm tripping up on my own words. And we're gonna wanting to make switches. So if we're storing all of our events here for A1, A2, and A3, and we'll want to transport from here over to here. But the problem is we're going to be storing them all here. How do we differentiate them? How will the game know which one to go to? Well, like I said, switches. And pretty much, we're going to write in what we'll want to happen when we click on this tile. We should probably, hold on, disable walking, and yeah, action button. And we're using note commands. The note command to make something clickable is click, hold on, click, underscore activate, exclamation mark. We'll be playing the camera swap sound. It's not walking, yep, action button. Fade out. Then we transfer, we transfer the player to this screen, and then we make a switch, which is right here. So, we'll make 3 different switches right now. We'll make A1, A2, and A3. This one, because we're clicking on A1, we're going to make this the A1 switch. And it clicks it on. And then we're going to exit this event processing so they can then start the new one. Wonderful. And we can pretty much just copy this for all the slides around. Again, Yanfly does have a hitbox expand plugin, which lets you add like extra dimensions to it to keep it nice and neat, but this works well enough as well. But here, we're going to make 3 different events. So area 1, area 2, and area 3. How you organize them is completely up to you. For my game, I have them in the same locations where they would be on the camera map. But, you know, again, it's your game. And each of these, we're going to make a auto run event with the switch being its respective area switch. So what this does is we go here, this switches that, and then we'll go here. All the other ones, they won't have their switches flipped. So they won't run. But this one will. So then it plays it off of the auto run trigger. I know. I'm so smart. I am so smart and amazing. And from now on, it's pretty easy. We'll want a, let's see. I want to fade in because the screen's going to be faded out from that clicking on the camera event. But before that, we'll want to, let's see, load in the images. So the background, the foreground, if a character, if there's any. Because we're just gonna, once we're done with this, we're just going to, after that conversation, boot them out to the map, and this will be the area that we're in. Alrighty. Now, choices. That's pretty much what the areas are and what lets you do all the things that you're able to do. There are like 5-ish? I didn't really count it. There's a smattering of different choices that are generally present throughout the areas. You know, some may have searching, others may have choices that you need to like have a certain item equipped. I'm going to hopefully run through as many of them as possible in this tutorial. So let's have talk to Scott, and then maybe in that we'll also have the give Scott pop rocks, which is necessary for the quest line, the mission that our good friend Scott has set us on. Search playground, open menu, and leave. So let's say it'll leave first, because that's probably the most self-explanatory one. You'll want to, it's pretty, you transfer the character back over to the corresponding camera of the area that they're in. Make sure to click on the section of the map that you're in. I actually need to make sure I did that with the other one, but otherwise it's not going to count that as being selected. You need to select the place where You would spawn in if you were playing a normal RPG game, but you're not, so everything's invisible, so it doesn't really matter. And end processing. Where is it? Yeah, exit event processing. Oh, but before that, we want to flip the switch back to closed. So that once we leave this area and we say go to area, we want to go to area 2, if that switch is still flipped, the game's not going to know which area to go to. So as we're going out, just flip the switch so that everything's all set to off all over again until you click on the next map that you want to be in. Fade out, erase the images because otherwise they're just going to be in the way and you're not going to be able to see the map. Fade in, even though it's going to be black. Transfer player. Let's say here. Because we just finished the conversation with Scotty. That means we're going to want to flip the switch again. Control switch. A1 to on. And then exit processing. Alright, let's see if this works. There we go. But we can't really do anything with these choices right now. So, back to what I was showing you. Now, open menu. Pretty self-explanatory. Open menu screen. And, you know, once we go through all these choices, we'll want to end up back at the start. You know, when we had these choices. So, what I might do is make a label. Say, area 1. And once we open the menu screen, we will jump to label area 1. And so we'll click, it'll let us open the menu screen, it'll let us save. And once that's done, we just jump right back to the start. Now, searching. This is where it gets a bit complicated. I'm not going to be running through the time mechanic because I haven't figured that out myself, but I did figure out searches with the help of a couple tutorials and general understanding of how they work in the game. So, pretty much what happens, you search an area, you have a chance of finding something weird, finding tokens, which is why you're generally searching, or nothing. You get nothing. And that's pretty easy. We're going to make a variable which generates it'll be kept. It'll be the random variable. And all we'll use it for is just generating a number from 1 to 100. So we'll name it random. We'll set it to random from 1 to 100. There we go. Then, we want to make a conditional branch, which bases itself on the variable. Say random is more than or equal to, if it's more than or equal to 80, it'll say, you found nothing. Alas, all you found was a fistful of cigarette butts. And some loose pocket lint. And it'll kick you right back to the starting label. Did I set an else? I need to make an else branch. So, if the number is more than 80, which is like a 1 in 5 chance, then you'll find nothing. And then you'll just jump back to the start. But, and this is what the else branch is for, otherwise, you will get tokens. So we're gonna make we're gonna use the random variable to generate us a random number of tokens from, let's say, 10 to 120. Then, shit, where is it? Then we'll want to change our gold or our tokens. As long as we change it in the system settings, it should be tokens. We'll increase it by the random variable. Here's the thing. With the variables, depending on what you use with the control variable, as long as you always set, it'll just randomly generate a number. If you accidentally use add though, it will add a random number. So say you generate 20 and then you generate 80, it's gonna make 100. Just set it to set. It'll wipe the slate clean every time. So you change gold, and then it will say, you found, oh shit, you found /v, this is variable 1, this just puts in the number that the random variable generated, tokens. We want to be really fancy. We could do some fade outs. In fact, we probably should, because there's a fade in right after the area 1 label begins. And attaboy. That's it. It's just generating a number, which will give us a percentage chance of whether or not we succeed. If we succeed, we generate a random number again to give us the monies. And if not, we just get booted back to the start. We're going to have some choices for when we talk to Scott. So, show choices, chat about the weather, and give pop rocks. We don't have pop rocks, at least not yet, which is why we're going to be talking to our good friend Corey in Area 2. Alrighty, I may have gotten a bit distracted, but I'm going to show you how to do a shop segment. First of all, what kind of stuff are we going to want to buy from the shop? We're going to want to go to items, and I'm just going to clear this by setting it to 0, and then I think we have 3 items. Pizza, soda, and pop rocks. Stash of pop rocks. I don't want to price that at whatever reasonable amount. I think considering each search is going to generate about 10 to 120 is probably going to get about 55 tokens on average per search. So 100 seems reasonable to me. Soda for 50. Pizza for 50. And look, you could go into effects, make a recover HP, give you speed boosts. But I'm pretty sure you guys can figure that out in your own time. All that matters now is that now we can buy something from the guy. Shop processing, merchandise, pizza, soda, and stash of pop rocks. And then once we're done there, Corey can say something like, it's a pleasure doing business with you, and you guessed it. Jump to area 2. Although, we could, now that I think about it, when we run this choice, and it takes us through the end of this, we can probably just set the label jump to the end of the whole thing. As long as there's not anything else coming up after the choices that is exclusive. The choices. It'll probably make things a whole lot more easy if we just make it that way. Alrighty. Now that we've made it so we can buy the pop rocks from Corey, if we're talking to Scott and we have the choices to give pop rocks when we don't actually have the pop rocks, that doesn't make sense. We're gonna want to have to disable that. It's as simple as making a conditional branch before the choices even appear. We're going to be wanting to base it around whether or not we have the stash of pop rocks, create an else branch. So if we have it, everything's just going to run normally. But if we don't, we're going to want to run a plugin command. That command is disable _ choice. I think it's 2. Now when we get to these never mind choices, they're just in case the player's like, actually I don't want to talk to Scott. They just send us to the back. Alrighty. And all that's left is just stuff that we've already been through. So I'm going to just finish up on this and we'll give this thing a demo. And we are done. Only took me like an hour or 2, but the whole process is trial and error, really, so we got there eventually. Let's give it a little test. I got good old phony, hold on, escape, I need a favor from you, I need to buy out Corey's entire pop rock stash. Can you do this for me? Oh, sure. Great. Not like you had a choice anyways. Start here, we can leave. We can go to camera 2. Let's see Corey. We can go over here. I didn't really put anything here. I only made it 3 rooms because I just wanted to show like the red, gray, and green area distance buttons. You know, we could search because we do need to scrounge up some tokens to get those pop rocks. Sweet. That was quick. That was very quick and easy. We could just buy the pop rocks, but check me first. As you can see, oh damn it, we can't give pop rocks because we don't actually have them. Well, I guess we can talk about the weather. So, nice weather?
You know.
Well, that's just a matter of opinion. I actually find ceaseless destruction delightful. Alright. That's great. Yeah, you can search around the playground too, but open the menu. You click escape to get out of it. We can see the items. We have enough. Oh wait, we don't have any items in our inventory. Well shit, let's go grab some. Corey, my guy, my definitely not self-insert. What's good? It's freaking insane, right? I love it. Nothing brightens my day quite like the destruction of property. People are dying out there, Corey. People are dying all the time, young art. That's showbiz, baby. Alright, for life, rather. Alright. Fuck yeah. Pop rocks. Let's go. It's a pleasure doing business with you, my suspiciously purple-looking friend. Alright. Now that we have the pop rocks. Scotty! Hell yeah! Got the pop rocks.
You know.
it's a game. What can I say? I'm a comedic master genius. Oh, fuck. Okay, and this is why you properly playtest all of your games, because we were missing just one thing when we had the finishing screen text, and then once we click the text, we should have returned to the title screen. Oh well. Yeah. Once again, hope that was helpful. Hopefully I will be able to figure out the time system. I'm halfway there, just trying to figure out, and how to display the tokens when you're in areas. I'm halfway there. I'll get there eventually. If you need to talk to me directly instead of in the comment section, I do in fact have a Discord server, link in description. Plugins as well will also be in links in description. And I might even upload this whole game file just in case you need like something to specifically reference the code from. Besides that, I think we're done. Have a good one. Stay safe.